Hello, I'm Lauren Rachael. Welcome to the Lauren Rachael Talk Show. I'm here with Dana Whissen. Hello, Dana.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Dana is a good friend of mine. She's actually a comedian, a improvist, and a cartoonist.
Yeah.
And she's a lot of fun, and we work together a lot actually here in Phoenix, and so I thought she'd be a really fun guest for my first episode.
Yay, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited, and I love being in front of a microphone. So.
Ooh,
yeah.
I think you missed your calling. That was a good voice.
Oh yeah, well, I brought it just for you, Lauren Rachael.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. You actually do have really, like a really good energy about you, and that's one thing I notice is it doesn't matter how many times I've seen you perform, even if the premise of the material and your set is kind of the same, you've never done the same show twice.
Oh yeah.
It's always unique. It's always a new show. And I think that's really cool, and that's something that, you're just really, your energy is just really positive, and so I like having you here. This is great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for noticing that. That's actually something I've been working on maybe the past year or so is, doing something different every time, whether it's writing new jokes, which is so annoying sometimes. I don't want to sit down and write a goddamn joke, but I'll do it. And then, or, I lost my train of thought, but thank you.
Yes. Well, I was going to ask you, so you specialize, I like to specialize in doing improv, and that's not something that I really have much of a background in. And a lot of our guests might not know what improv is, so maybe give like your general explanation of what improv is, and I think that plays into your comedy a bit.
So. Oh yeah, it definitely does. And yes, I do specialize in improv, and I will prescribe you, everyone I meet, I prescribe them improv.
You're all, you get an improv.
Yes, you need improv. So improv is, okay, what is improv? Improv is like where you make stuff up on stage in front of people, and you usually do it with more than one person.
Okay.
So you perform on improv teams, and really it's just a bunch of actors getting together, being really silly, and kind of making up scenes like you see on SNL or like Mad TV, old school.
Yes.
And but they're all made up on the spot.
Okay. Like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I love that.
Yeah, that's the perfect example of like short form improv, which is more like games and stuff, whereas I started off, the majority of my time doing improv, I've done long form improv, which is like improvised SNL, where it's like improvised long scenes and sketches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the funniest I saw was that show Whose Line Is It Anyway, and this is still on YouTube. You guys can check it out later. There was an episode where they actually had Richard Simmons on there. Did you see it?
That is a classic.
It's the best.
Whose Line episode.
Yes.
Wow.
Because he was actually a prop for a lot of the scenes. So
yeah.
It was, imagine Richard Simmons being ridden as like a jet ski. Like so that.
Oh, I imagine that
so
all
good.
the time anyway. So yeah, that is always on my mind.
You're all, I can't fall asleep at night because this is in my head.
Yeah. Oh, you took
Wow.
the words right out of my sparkly tutued mouth. Or, wait, no, he doesn't wear tutus. What am I
wish
saying?
he did.
Maybe he does. I don't know. I love
don't.
Richard Simmons, and I love the episode because he did the improv thing, which is yes anding. You say yes to whatever is offered to you, and you just add something to it.
Right. Well, I was going to ask you, so for improv, is it planned shows like what we do with stand-up? Is it something that's like a performance that's scheduled in advance? Is that?
Oh,
it'd be weird if it wasn't, or it'd be like a flash mob, right?
Well, you know what? That's actually a really, really interesting question about improv, and I think it could be very terrifying if improv was unplanned, even though it is unplanned. Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Right?
Yeah, my brain just went like 12
Wrap your head
different
around
ways.
that. Yeah.
Whoa. No, like improv. So I do a lot of improv shows where they usually schedule like 3 improv teams in one show.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Excuse me.
All up in the
An
mic.
angel just came from the corner and
Treat it like an ice cream cone.
yes, and he just held his hands out like this, and I was
He
like,
improv'd us.
yeah, you're improvising.
And scene.
Thank you. And that's improv. Thank
He
you.
improvised how to use a microphone because both of us was like, what?
Yeah, I know. We only stand in front of microphones all the time, and
Yes.
I'm like, I don't
How does this thing work?
Yeah, I don't know. I never know
It
how to.
captures our soul.
Oh yeah, that's a good look. I like that.
As you were saying, so do you have any planned shows coming up for improv stuff?
Oh yeah, baby. Do I ever?
Do you? I want to go.
Well, I'm on an improv marathon this weekend. It's called.
What?
Yep, it's an improv marathon. Ghost Fest Improv Marathon at Trunk Space in downtown Phoenix. It's
Oh, cool.
It's you can I think it's like $20 you pay and you can watch improv teams all weekend. And listen,
Wow.
you know, I know some people think improv is kind of nerdy. They're right, but all your favorite actors and like people on The Office, Parks and Rec, like all
Jim
those.
Carrey.
Oh yeah, Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
hello.
Oh my God.
That's all improv all the time.
Oh, he's
all
the
over
best.
Yes.
I think he's like every stand-up comedian and improviser's like biggest goal in life to be Jim Carrey.
Yes. And Robin Williams. That's all improv. He did a lot of improv.
Was that improv and coke? Because that sounds very fun. And
Yes. I think it was all the things.
Okay.
All
Oh,
the
can I?
things. His energy was just woo.
His energy was. I don't know. I'm sorry to say that about someone who died, but you know what? People.
He was amazing though.
He's amazing.
Yes.
Anyway.
Goals.
Yeah.
I get excited if I get to just hang out in a club where he's performed. Like, not even perform there yet, just be there. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Robin Williams was here. Yeah.
Yeah, he like stood outside this bathroom and asked someone if he could borrow their car keys so he can go outside and drive to Raising Cane's or whatever. I don't know if that was around when he was
Oh,
around.
that's fun. That's actually really funny. Okay,
Thanks.
so you're doing a bunch of shows, and that's this weekend, and it's called Ghost. What did you say, Ghost Fest?
Yeah, Ghost Fest. So you know when ghosts feast on improv, that's Ghost Fest. I just made that
Wow.
up. I don't know if that's actually their mission statement, but Ghost Fest Improv. You can follow them on like
That's fun.
Monster Improv on what's the on Instagram. I'm losing it.
Oh, like the name of the page?
Yeah.
Well,
What's
I don't
the
know.
page all the kids use? Instagram.com
I don't know.
/
Something.
Yeah.
I would just search on Instagram Ghost Fest and see what happens.
Oh yeah, it's there. And
Yeah.
come to my page, send me a message
cool.
saying, "Hey, Dana, what's Ghost Fest?" And I'll be like, "Hey, Venmo me $30 and then I'll."
You're gonna have a side hustle. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
hell yeah.
Yeah. It's actually not the nerdiest thing I've heard. Improv is it's actually not that nerdy. It's actually cool because it's what it allows you to do, and you can use it for other things. But
Yeah.
one of the nerdiest things I've seen. Okay, so I went to this comedy festival in Vegas.
Okay.
And we're in Vegas. There's a million things to do. You can get into all kinds of shenanigans in Vegas. And
Yeah.
these guys they're comedians, but they're all just like around this table playing this game. And it was like a board game. I want to say, is it Dungeons and Dragons? Is that the game?
That's exactly what it's called.
Oh, they were there all night.
Hey, those
And there was
men
no money
last
on the table.
all night. Those gamer boys, those board game guys.
Ooh, that was next level.
Yeah.
That's just not what you expect to see in Vegas. You know, because Vegas, you're gambling. You know, if I were a dude, I would probably be into some really wild stuff. Like, you know, the little tagline is hookers and cocaine.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I wouldn't pack that up with me.
It's not Dungeons, Dragons, and drugs we buy on the strip.
I mean, then it would make more sense.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I told you this. You might have heard, but I decided to have a bit of a midlife crisis while in Vegas this last trip.
Oh, that's something you can choose to do? I want to do that.
Yes, actually, that's when I decided that I would try mushrooms for the first time. Was in Vegas.
Wait, okay. Whoa. I'm shocked and impressed that you survived this ordeal. Please tell me more.
Well, let's say I bought them from another comedian, and that is not what you should have on the list of criteria for your dealer, is if they have a sense of humor, because they had a delayed fuse. Okay, I didn't think they were working.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I added an edible to the mix. And
No, you did not.
I did, because I'm impatient, because I'm Italian, and I'm like, these aren't working. Obviously, he just gave me a dud. They're probably just like normal vegetables. I was getting my veggies in.
Yeah.
You know, but actually, that combo really was something else. I gotta tell you,
What did you? What kind of scary things or sexy things did you do on shrooms and edibles?
well, not sexy. I just made an ass of myself. So I made my way up to the roof of the stratosphere, because they've got like
Climbed outside like Spider-Man?
no, because I don't have that physique, as you can see. That's not my gift. But upper body strength I'm lacking. Never done a pull up in my life unless I got like a running start. No, but they have like things up there. Like they had rides. Like, there's stuff you can do. But that's not normally something I'd want to do, is go on the roof. Like, I don't like the wind. I'm an indoor girl, right?
Yeah.
But I made my way up there. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, I decided that this was a great time to join a Japanese tour group.
Like, did you have to pay a membership, or did they just accept you just willy-nilly?
Well, they're very polite people, and they just kind of ignored the fact that this really wasted, strange woman just followed them around for like an hour.
What did you guys talk? Did you have conversations, or did you do improv scenes?
Well, the beauty of it is that I was convinced that I could speak Japanese and understand them.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please tell me someone filmed this so you can make daily clips of it on TikTok.
I kind of wish that I personally had some footage of this, but I can tell you this. I am in a bunch of their photos making a peace sign, because that's what I think you do in a Japanese tour group.
Wow.
So, super cultural appropriation with that one, yeah.
Well, I hope...
For an hour.
That's pretty good. I feel like they must have liked you if they let you hang around for an hour. I mean, I don't know. I've been known to do a few shroom/edible trips in my time. If my parents are watching, no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
And
we don't do that. We're good girls.
Yeah,
we're adults now, so we can have a good time.
Yeah, that's true. But congrats on doing shroomies. Damn.
Well, yeah, I don't know that I'll do it again. I did feel like crap for a full week afterwards. But it could be the combo of things. And also, I was in Vegas for like a full week. What's the longest you've ever been in Las Vegas?
Oh, man, yeah, like a week. And you go and you're like, why do I feel like I fit in with the theme of Circus?
So much happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, what's the longest you'd say is a good amount of time to be in Vegas?
Okay, if you're with the person you're having sex with, and you have all sorts of like good yum-yums to keep you busy, like, you know, one night it's drinking, the other night it's watching Jeepers Creepers 12 times while you're naked.
That's very weird.
Then it's... oh wait, am I in trouble? Oh no, I thought I was in trouble. The only reason I'm saying that is because that's something I say all the time.
What a great vacation.
Yeah, so, but I think like 3 days tops. Yeah, it might be fun for like a solo trip, like going out there and being like a girl boss, like sitting in my hotel naked, like drinking, doing drugs and this.
I will say this, I really think it depends on your budget.
Yeah.
And it never fucking fails. I have done this my whole life, every time I've gone to Vegas. It always ends up being double what I thought it was going to be. I'm like, oh, it'll be like $2,000 for the weekend. Oh no, it was like $4,500. Like
$4,500. I guess I haven't been to Vegas in like 12 years.
Oh.
$4,500 for what? One night at a hotel?
Well, let me tell you, I was there for this comedy festival. We weren't staying in a beautiful place. We were at the freaking Strat Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like a two-star place at this point, I would say. And even with that, and with their comps with being with the festival, it's still very expensive, because their only option to eat, it was like McDonald's or steakhouse. And I'm like, I'm not eating the cardboard weird stuff. It's not real food that doesn't go bad on your counter. Like, we're going steakhouse on this. We're like, I guess we'll eat once a day. Like, what do we do? Because it was like, it was racking it up. Like, it was,
damn.
Yeah. Like, every time you got to eat, it was like $250, $300. I'm like, this is getting, and they're smart. They caught on to the ghetto people. Like, we're not going to give you a microwave in your rooms. Like, you're not saving any of this. Like, yeah. It was, we ran out pretty early, so we had to get creative.
I don't know, Vegas and steak and mushrooms and comedy sounds like a really good time.
It was. I did have a good time. It was just, that's just the longest drive in your life, is the drive home from Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's the worst, because you have no money, you have to fart the entire way. You drink like 5 energy drinks just to deal with the pain of losing all that money.
You're just holding in a fart for 6 hours? That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, now, I mean, that was me like 10 years ago when I would or when I drove to Vegas with like guys who were just like, I don't want. I'll let you hang out with me, but I don't want to be around you. And so I'd hold my farts in around them. Now, if I were around
Girl
those,
problems.
yeah, if I were around those same guys now, I would let it all out and just ruin their day.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, and I feel like that's one of the benefits of a relationship is that you can just really just be yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's when you know you found a good,
found a winner.
A
Wow.
lover. Yeah.
Wow, that's
a
great.
lover who lets you air your love out.
That's amazing. That's a great preview.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, aren't
Uh-oh.
you doing a show with your
yeah.
boyfriend?
Oh yeah. November 4th at Grand Avenue Pizza Company in Glendale.
Oh.
The show is called Dia de los Concrete. The Concrete Pinata is the best band hip hop group in the history
Cool.
of my world, and I'm sure everyone else's world. Not to compare them to anyone, but they're amazing.
Wow.
And yes, the man I'm with forever is in the group. And no, but they're an awesome, amazing group, and they're headlining the show November 4th, Grand Avenue Pizza Company. I'm hosting the concert portion of the show. There's a bunch of other musical acts on the show. It's a costume party.
Oh,
There's
okay.
going to be
How
comedy. Yeah, you can get $15 tickets at Jack's Wax on 43rd Ave and Indian School. It's going to be a blast. I might even wear something that shows my tits a bit. So
Wow.
that doesn't happen.
Bonus.
You might see me looking a little feminine and with a little spark twinkle in my eye. So be there.
Well, since you put it that way, what date was the show again? Because I'm writing it down.
Oh yeah, November 4th, Grand
Okay.
Avenue Pizza Company in Glendale. Concrete Pinatas are the headliners. We also
Nice.
have local comics, Rob Mabey, Josh Harrison, Dustin Hadlock, Lola Hernandez, and Lamar Mitchell is headlining.
Oh,
Boom,
fun.
boom, shit, what, yeah,
You
right.
got the whole list in your head. That was really good.
Oh yeah,
I have lists for my list. It's like too many names.
I love your list. I wish I were a paper list person, but instead I am a person that just eats a lot and smokes a lot and does a lot of things, and then the lists go out.
Let's go now. Yeah, it's kind of out of necessity. I've had like 7 concussions. Like, yeah, not doing like cool stuff. Just like, oops, I bumped my head and cracked it. Like not cool stuff. So it's you gotta just have lists for the list.
Why don't you ever start out your set with just that?
Just, hey, I'm a little slow. I have 7 concussions.
Yeah, or if like a
I
set
figured the
goes
hairdo
wrong.
would give it away. Like,
Oh my gosh! Wow. May I ask where they're from?
Let's see.
Or-
Oh, well, one of them was the dumbest one I had was the worst one. Is okay, so my side gig when I'm not doing comedy, I'm actually an animal chiropractor, which is
Oh shit!
super weird, I know, but I'm actually I'm a chiropractic physician, and then I went back to school and I work on animals.
No way! That's
Yes,
awesome.
but and you'd think it would have been something cool, like, oh, I got into it with a horse or whatever, and he kicked me. No,
Yeah, who hasn't?
Nay, no. It was working on like these little like poodles on the floor, and I happened to stand up too quickly, and they had this really big counter, and I cracked my dome. Ignored it for a whole month because I'm a terrible patient.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I'm fine. It's probably fine. It's just a little headache for 4 weeks. Like, I'm fine. So now my left eye is just like forever blurry. So I just do this a lot. I'm fine. I just need lists. Moving on.
I heard. Well, hold on, just a second. I've heard from many a source that poodles are assholes. So I hope this poodle has a great attorney.
Right? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a multicolored poodle also. Because it's like, I'm like, oh, so you're fancy. You're one of those fancy bitches.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Rainbow poodle.
Rainbow poodle.
With an attitude. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. What
Yeah.
was the dog's name?
Fifi.
Oh my god. Of course a Fifi did that
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I had a Fifi related injury, but I'm better. So that's
Okay.
why I have my.
Well, yeah, hell yeah, that's awesome. I have not had any concussions, but I have existed as a person with. See, this is where improv would come in handy, where I can fill in the blank to make the end of the sentence funny. I tattooed "yes and," which is an improv saying. On
I love
my
that.
wrist. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you for I'm glad you're alive.
I'm good. And in spite of my best efforts, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually what I was going to ask you is what is one of your favorite things about performing? Like, why do you like it? We all do it for a reason, right?
Yeah, because I'm my most confident on stage or performing for people, and it's like talking to people socially. It's always kind of scary and terrifying, and it makes me want to go, walk up a mountain and then break out 2 gallons of ice cream just to deal with the fact that I just went hiking and then go.
Can you invite me? Because then I feel like I'd be like guilt-free. If I hiked and then had it, I'd feel better about it.
Yeah, okay, I'll totally invite you. The only thing is I don't share. I don't share, so it's 1 gallon for you, 1 gallon for me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I like that.
Yeah.
You ever fallen for the halo top trap? Like, have you had that? It's halo top. It's supposed to be like that low carb, low cal.
No.
But yeah, it doesn't. It kind of tastes like ice cream, but you're not really eating ice cream.
What is it really? Cheese?
Well, it's ice cream, but it's like they take the fun out of it, but they make it so that you can eat the whole like little pint of it. But it's not as fun, so I feel like you should just commit to the real thing and just.
Yeah. Ben & Jerry's makes it easy to eat the whole pint of it too, which is a very fun experience if you eat more than one.
Or they make Ben & Jerry's, they make those teeny tiny ones. I've never bought one.
Yeah.
It's like what do they sell? Like just a bite for $6. It's like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. It's like, I'll buy this.
They actually have real, like in other states, they actually have real like Ben & Jerry's stores. Like you go in there and they just like scoop it. It's like the real
Really?
shit. Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Isn't it sad that I know that? Like I know where to get the goods.
That's not sad at all. I mean, I am a big old eater. And
well, it's the weed. I'm telling you. It's like
it really
we know where the munchies are.
Oh, it really is.
Yes. That's yeah. And actually, that reminds me. So one thing I'd like to talk to people about is, we can talk about things we like, but I think it's more fun to get to know you by finding out things that you really don't like.
Oh yeah, and I don't like so much stuff.
Okay, so here's a fun one. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, call center.
Ooh.
Yeah,
for what? Were people complaining about products or something?
No, it was at a bank.
Ooh.
And
even angrier.
yeah, Fart Bank. That's the name of the bank I work at. Sorry, I keep using that word. I apologize. It was Money Bank. That's the name of the bank.
Oh, okay. Sounds solid.
Yeah. And I just, I was in the fraud department, not committing fraud. I'm not that smart. Didn't.
You need the lists.
Exactly. Maybe if I had lists.
Yes.
No, and it was, call center, so people call in. I'm so many of my friends are in the call center world, and so
really,
and I have so many people. I think we have thousands, if not millions, of call centers in Arizona. So I'm sure everyone listening, watching knows exactly what I'm talking about. But you take calls all day from people saying, "Yo, I got this charge on my card. I got this charge on my card from Target. I don't know what Target is, but I did not spend $11.99 on a new hat that I am definitely not wearing right now."
sounds French and expensive.
It's
Target.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We got a lot of that. A lot of that, and then I just went nuts. I was already nuts before, and then I just because
your hair was straight before, right? And now it's curly.
You got it. You spotted me.
Too many years in the call center. Your hair was kind of curled.
Too many years in the call center, and because when you get a phone call, you get a beep or a ding in your ear, and
oh great,
it sounds like the ding on an airplane. And if you already have a big fear of flying because you flew on one too many small planes to get to a Hanson concert in Tulsa back in 2008, then you're gonna have
gross.
Gross indeed.
Tulsa and you said Hanson. So.
Hey. Everyone is entitled. Yeah.
I mean, we're on a hip hop station right now, so I think you're really affecting our street cred. Can I say street cred on here? All right.
I mean, Hanson has a hip hop album called on the streets.
That's like they had like one hit. I think maybe
what?
Were there two? I'm sorry.
There were like three, and then
oh yes,
yeah.
Worth the flight then. Worth the flight.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But so that call centers were kind of ruined me.
Oh yeah. So would you mostly have people that would lie about purchases. Like they're like standing in front of their flat screen TV watching the game, and they're like, I don't know where this Circuit City purchase came from. That's probably too old. Not Circuit City. You know what I mean? I don't know where you buy TVs. Target.
Circuit
Target.
City. Oh man, I bought a lot of good Hanson albums at Circuit City back in the day. Yeah.
Sam Goody.
Sam Goody.
My brother worked there. I think
really?
Yes.
I remember buying tapes there.
Oh yeah, and remember. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're the same age. Like you had to actually twist a pencil in there or something to tighten up the like the cassettes. Like you had to do something.
Oh yeah, to rewind it or.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Too much work.
Too much work.
Too much work. And then I think my CDs are in an album, like in my grandmother's garage in San Diego. Like I haven't listened to an actual CD in probably 15 years. 20 years.
Oh man, we're everyone's aging. We're all gonna die.
Eventually. I can't keep up with technology, and but it's really funny. When MP3 players first came out, I bought one from my mom, and she still has not opened it. And so every like 2 years or so, I rewrap it and give it to her for Christmas again, as well as the Magnum PI full series. Remember that with Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, I wrapped that up and I give that to her for Christmas, and she's always like super excited, like, "Oh, Tom Selleck, that's my guy." I mean, like, I gave you this gift 5 times already, and you either have the worst memory or you always fake it when you get a gift.
Yeah, maybe that's part of her fantasy with Tom Selleck. She's like, maybe this time if I say I don't know what it is, it'll pop out.
Yeah. Well, we actually just had a little event together, and that's part of the event. My husband dressed up as Tom Selleck, and I sent her those pictures immediately. That was a good time. He was Magnum PI. It was great. Like the classic one, like not the new version, like where the guy looks like Drake or something. Like whoever they're using now, he looks.
Who?
Clay? No, he looks like Pitbull or something. I don't know. Like he's like way too cool. Yeah, like they made him edgy. Like no, I want the full mustache and the 80s hat. Like I want the authentic.
Okay, and the shorts that show all the bits.
Yeah. I feel like if I'm gonna have an investigator, he needs to wear Daisy Dukes because it's more effective.
Yeah, he needs to get on his knees and do some investigating.
He's at full hip extension. I'm just saying. Yeah, no restriction there. Yeah. Okay, so call center was the worst job. Mine was Legoland. I was there the year it opened. Yeah, it's in Carlsbad in San Diego.
Whoa.
And all my friends worked there, so we thought it was cool because it was a new amusement park. And we assumed, naively, that it was going to be like Disneyland.
Oh, no.
It was not like Disneyland. It was like low budget. It was like a third of the size, and everything was a kid's ride, and that just sucks.
Oh, yeah, that's no fun having to be around kids.
Well, yeah, and everything was like little kid rides, so a lot of toddlers. And then my particular job, I don't know why. I didn't want to do the rides because I'm like, I'm going to cook in the damn sun all day. Like, this is a spray tan, by the way. Like, I am.
Oh, that's a nice spray tan.
Thank you. I am Nicole Kidman color. I glow in the dark, so I cannot be in the sun. I will die. Right?
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, what's
ghosts?
Yeah, right? I should go to your event. But I'm like, oh, I need an indoor job if I'm going to work here. And so I picked, put me someplace inside. And where do they put me? Like the freaking hot dog cart thing. And it was like, it was horrible. It's the worst job. And hot dogs are gross. It's just gross. And they boil them, and then I got in a fight. It's how I got fired. I got in a fight with the. Remember the show Roseanne? This is so random.
Oh yeah, I love.
Remember Roseanne? The Roseanne show. Her sister, like the skinny one.
Jackie
got in a fight with Jackie. Because I didn't have a vegan option for her toddler. Her freaking toddler. She's trying to say her toddler was vegan. Her toddler's not vegan. She was freaking vegan, and she got in a fight with me, and I threw a bun, and then I got fired.
You threw a bun at Jackie.
I did. Anger management was not my gift back then, you know what I mean?
When was that?
Ooh, I think this was like 1999.
Oh shit. Well, that was the year Limp Bizkit came out with one of my favorite albums of all time. And I get that was an angry year for all of us.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't know if you guys play Limp Bizkit, but...
Probably not here, but anytime I see a backwards hat to this day, I get very excited, so...
What about, do you get angry when you see a hot dog bun?
I do actually. Just yeah. I don't go to baseball games. I can't handle it. I just snap. I just freaking snap.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is my new favorite thing about you, the Jackie hot dog bun story.
Yeah.
And just watch out for Lauren. You never know.
Yeah, leave it to me to fight with a celebrity. So good
Oh,
times,
hell
good
yeah.
times. And that reminds me, you reference random music artists. No one super cool so far.
No.
But I think your worst, your absolute worst,
Uh-oh.
you reference in your jokes is Barry Manilow.
Okay.
And for that reason, I brought you a gift. This is from Las Vegas. I saved this that whole trip. I was there for a week. This is for you, the Las Vegas
my
Barry
God.
Manilow edition.
Oh, and
It's a collector's item now.
thank you so much. Seriously. I'm not
Gross.
kidding. I love Barry Manilow. My mom loves Barry Manilow. We went to a Barry.
There's like a fruit fly in here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just doing. Whenever I think about Barry Manilow, I'm like, oh, bad thoughts. Oh, bad thoughts. And we saw him live years ago.
Wow.
That is so cool. Thank
His
you
face
so much.
is really tight in that picture.
Well,
I mean, you squint one eye, it's like Joan Rivers.
hey, but he has the money to make his face that tight. That's a goal in life.
It
I
is.
want money for all the fixins in my
It
face.
is. Right now, I said I pull my hair like really tight. Tight ponytail is how I do it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or like put tape on your face, like.
Yeah. I just look really surprised.
Hell yeah, but that's a good.
Yeah.
What will you throw when you're surprised? A pizza?
Maybe. Yeah. Actually, it's a good idea.
Yeah, don't waste a pizza.
Don't
Throw it
waste
at me.
Yeah. Maybe the Costco ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those. You've seen the birds eat those. They look sick.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we talked about your worst job ever. Can you think of? Okay. Here's a good one. What's the worst date you've ever been on? We've all had bad dates.
Can I talk about? I can talk about
You can talk about anything.
people. Okay, I went to this guy's house and I was sad and depressed because the guy I had a crush on wasn't into me. So I went to on one of those dating sites back in the day, like the.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Cupid.
Ooh.
Was that so? This was like 2010, 2011.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was texting him. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna be the man of my dreams because he looks like the guy from Monk, that TV show. And I was like,
that's the man of your dreams.
yeah, I was like, ooh, he's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
he's got like curly hair I called him. This was back when I was still making phone calls, and I called him and I'm like, hey, you want to meet at this place? He's like, fuck you, bitch, yeah, let's go. And so I went.
Wow. That's all it took, huh?
Yeah. That is all it took. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's already like being mean. I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, as a poet.
Oh yeah,
Woo.
I was like, damn. And then
Yeah.
I noticed that he was like super hyper, and I thought, oh yeah, I can keep up with him. I've been exercising, and he was like, and he was trying to be funny. He's like, you stupid bitch.
Wow.
Well, what's wrong with you, you big lady? I don't know. That's And
That's how he sounds?
It was a long time ago, but I think he sounded like, yeah, you go away, you gotta go drink my beer. I think he sounded like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
like he sound like a Simpsons character, like Barney.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I like Barney. He kind
We
of.
gotta work on your criteria, girlfriend. I mean, I haven't met the new guy. He sounds awesome. He's in a band.
He's
We've already
the
got
best.
so that's already an upgrade. But I mean.
Oh yeah. Well,
Woo.
this was the old me.
Okay.
This was the me that wasn't on the right psychiatric medication.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
At least you've got that excuse. I mean, honestly, I honestly don't think the people I dated were much better, and I didn't have that excuse. I was just like, well, I'm bored. Like it was just.
I mean, I get, that is a good, that's a valid excuse. I think I was bored when I went out with this guy anyway, and then afterwards he's like, you want to go to my house? Oh no, excuse me, you want to go to my house? And I went to his house, and there was me, this innocent little lady, like, I was like 25. I drove my car all by myself from Phoenix to Tempe. And then
wow.
And then he did meth in front of me, and I was like,
well, who saw that coming?
I know. I'm working on learning how to tell stories, and so I could have got to that meth thing earlier, but I really wanted to build.
That was a build-up.
tension.
I actually did not see that coming. So.
Yeah, he did, and I was like, oh, that's why he's so hyper and annoying, and this is why I know he's not the man for me.
And I bet he had a great smile.
I don't know if he smiled.
Probably not.
Yeah, but I think. But so then a few weeks later, I hung out with him a few more times, and then
you went back for the sequel,
and
then the trilogy.
I went back. I think it was just a sequel, and I didn't do meth. I didn't do.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I just being with him
was exciting enough.
I guess if that's what you'd call it. But then a few weeks later, he called me and he's like, "Hey, just letting you know, I'm dating someone else," and I thought you were gonna say
he called you for bail money. I thought you were gonna say he called you from jail.
You know what?
That's usually what happens next.
I gave him gas money. He said, "I don't have to get." Dude,
you're killing me.
It was so bad.
You're killing me.
He called me a few weeks later. He's like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm dating another chick, and I really like I like her a lot, and here is a list of all the things I like about her."
Oh, what a lovely guy. So yeah, I know I'm a crackhead, but let me insult you on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a real self-esteem booster.
Yeah. What
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Cupid for the win, huh?
I know. Oh, wow. And then I found his mugshot afterwards, which
I told you.
I should have found earlier, but I was like, no.
Always look first.
Yeah.
You always look for the mugshot before you go visit and see where they live, because that's how you end up in someone's basement. You ever seen Silence of the Lambs? You don't want to be a skin suit.
I mean, I feel like maybe the reason why I met that guy is because I've been really inspired by Silence of the Lambs my whole life. Just horror movies in general. I like that vibe.
Do you remember that guy, Buffalo Bill?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think he looks a lot like John Bon Jovi?
Oh yeah, without the mustache.
Do you see that?
The beautiful smile.
Oh, it's just, I can't. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm gonna watch that now. I'm gonna play "Living on a Prayer" in the background while he dances around. I think.
Now, does John Bon Jovi tuck too?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's 2023.
Yeah.
Target can help with that also, guys.
Oh yeah.
And on that note, okay, so your first worst date is way worse than mine. See, I was just gonna say that I went out with a guy that insisted we go to Applebee's so he can give me the 2 for $20 menu and say I could have anything I wanted so long it was off of that menu. And
ooh.
But actually that's not the worst thing. So he had said why he moved to town was that he had just gotten out of a hospital because he was harming animals. So that's not something you share on a first date. That's a keep to yourself. That's a never say.
Oh yeah.
Or if he was clever, that's like a wait till you're married. Like, now you're stuck with me. Like, that's a fun surprise.
Yeah.
Like, we can never have pets. Like, keep the cat away. Like,
yeah.
Don't say that on a first date. Like, while you're sharing the spinach dip.
Yeah. Oh man. Not over spinach dip and chips, man.
Yeah. 2 for $20. Yeah.
Did you go out with him again?
No,
oh, okay.
that was good. But there were several like that. So I also went through a phase where I think I dated every alcoholic, and which is odd because I'm not really a drinker. I don't,
Oh.
I have my liver doesn't work. It never has. So that's what you call a cheap date. So it's a bonus, right?
Yeah.
So those mushrooms and the edible really hit because I don't metabolize stuff. I clearly have no metabolism. But with alcohol, I can only have one drink, and so I can't drink a lot. So it's odd that I'd find every alcoholic in San Diego and Atlanta, and Salt Lake City. So I've lived in a few cities, so I found them. You'd think that I was at the AA meetings, but it just happened naturally.
I've heard that's a great place to meet men.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
No. What was really exciting is I'd never know if I go to have a glass of wine, if I'd pour it in my kitchen and if it would be wine or water. It was like a reverse Jesus kind of thing. Like, they would turn wine into water is what they would do with that. So
a typical guy.
Yeah. So that was I am married now. I'm glad, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would never get married. Like, he's my brand of weird. You gotta find the person that's your brand of weird.
Hell yeah.
You know?
I think both
in a healthy way.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes unhealthy weirdness is. I mean, the majority of my existence has been unhealthy weirdness. But yeah, you and your husband, you guys are awesome. You're really funny together, and I like that you both do comedy.
Yes. Okay, so that's been part of my evil plan all along, is to get him interested in my hobbies. Because here's the thing, I shouldn't even call it a hobby because it's not what I mainly do.
Yeah.
But I met him, we were friends like 7 years ago, and I would just do like little 5-minute sets here and there and just pop in and just do it just to keep up with it. And he would drive like an hour to watch me perform, and I was not that funny. Like, I was not that funny. And I was not getting the clue. Like, it went right over my head. I was just oblivious. I'm like, oh, you know, this guy's just hanging around a lot. And he was just, you know, I friend zoned him so hard, like so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, like literally had like a Christian sleepover on his couch kind of thing, and talked about all the horrible people I was dating to this man, and like no clue that he was just like, I love you, like no idea. So that's part of my vows. Like, I'm sorry I friend zoned you. Like, you're super hot. I'm sorry I was oblivious. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I was an awkward dater myself. So
yeah. But kudos to him for going out were these open mics?
A few of them were, but I did a lot at like House of Comedy in San Diego, or is it not House of Comedy? We call it Madhouse. Sorry, Madhouse Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
I'm blurring things because I've been living here for a few years, but yeah, it's called Madhouse Comedy Club, and that's down in the Gas Lamp. So that was a trek because he lived like an hour away.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
commitment.
That is commitment.
I know.
I mean, what do you got going on, girl? Damn.
Right?
Damn.
I know. Yeah, I make them drive to me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, me too.
Well, once we figure that out, it's like, oh, once we deliver the pizza, they just get rude. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Make them come to you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I wasn't always this way. I had to read a book on it, like how to not be a doormat, dude. It was called Why Men Love Bitches. I shouldn't give away our playbook, but like there's a whole book on like how not to be like too nice, and then like life got better.
Wait, is that a book that can help me with everything in life, not just men?
Yeah, actually.
I want to read it. I mean, really what I'm going to do is just like put it under my pillow and hope I can absorb the knowledge without having to read it. But yeah, I'm a big old doormat. Been a doormat my whole life. Step on me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it was easier for me to avoid that whole thing because I'm terrible at cooking and cleaning. So like that was already given. Like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. You know, and so. You know, it's like we can have fun. Like I'll always be fun. We'll always do something new and do something new and different and exciting. But like pancakes, it's not happening.
Yeah. Wait, pancakes not happening. What?
Well, I think you just have to mix water. I don't know. So I'm telling you, like, well, how do you make pancakes?
Oh, I don't. I just eat pancakes that are provided to me. I can't cook or bake. I always somehow ruin every food I make.
Yeah. I've ruined eggs. Because I've ruined things that should be just basic, like pudding. Like, how do you ruin pudding? Like, I've ruined pudding.
Did you spit in it?
I'm not intentionally. But yeah, I think just the ratios were off. I'm like, this is very solid.
Okay, I get. You know, I feel like so many of my my friends are great cooks. Oh. So many people, and so it's very nice to finally identify with someone who burns and ruins eggs.
Yeah, I'm domestically challenged is what you call it.
Okay, hell yeah.
I warned him, you know, like it's like, hey, this is what you're gonna get. Like, it's not gonna get better. Like, usually things get worse. So as long as you're cool with that, then
it's already there.
Let's hang out for a few decades, yeah. See where it goes.
See that hole in the wall? I'm not fixing it. I don't know how to fix it.
Oh yeah, no, no. But I'll make sure that we're always like busy doing things and like have a good time. You know,
hell yeah.
Like joining Japanese tour groups in Vegas. Why the hell not?
Oh yeah.
He was mostly pulling me away like, hey, it's getting weird. I'm like, no, they're my friends.
Oh. That's cool that sounds really fun.
Well, he did partake in the party supplies, I will say. And I know that the hotel was not into it because they sent a welfare check to our room. I forgot about that. That's a thing.
What were you doing?
Breakdancing.
Oh, okay.
We were actually breakdancing in the room.
Were you breaking things as well?
I think a lamp might have been in the way.
Were you like spinning on cardboard breakdancing?
I mean, he was. I was mostly just like the hype woman in the back. It's like, what? You know.
Were you guys fully clothed? Just checking.
I think socks and hats, like accessories mostly, you know.
Wow, you know, why get a welfare check on someone like that? I think that is a wellness party right there.
Well, we brought our own speakers and we were playing music, and I think it was this loud, and then people hear things banging around, and yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you. So people thought you guys were being murdered.
Yeah, but again, it was the strat, like short for stratosphere. If you know, you know. And I gotta tell you, that was not a 5-star accommodation. Something I forgot to tell you. They have bats.
Huh?
Like, okay, have you ever been in a place in your life where a bird accidentally flies in? So inside a building, you ever seen that? Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so cute, it's a robin, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened at the Strat while I was there, but it was bad, and I knew that because the bird was black and it was furry, and it also wanted to chew on my face.
And did it look like a flying dog?
Yes. Yes, it did. Not a cute one.
Where were you in the hotel when this?
It was in front of the comedy club, which is actually perfect. I'm surprised no one else has mentioned it in their show. It was like besides me. I'm like, by the way, they have bats. Like that's not a normal thing. Yeah, they can't sue me because it's true. So it's only something that they can really chase after me about if I made it up. But it swooped for my head more than once. So fuck you, Stratosphere.
Now, is it possible that this bat was in need of chiropractic services?
You know, I never thought of that, but it was just a little too fast for me. You know?
That's
a good point, though. He's like, my back hurts. So she looks available.
Yeah.
Let's see what she can do.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, question. Are vampire bats real and do they bite people?
Actually, I think I think there are bats that actually eat meat and like catch mice and like I think that's a thing.
Oh.
It's also why I have this youthful glow. I never sleep.
I knew it. I knew there was something about you, some sort of vampire, bat, witch lady.
Yeah.
But like
I'm 92, so I'm rocking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Hell yeah.
My back hurts, but I still feel like I'm going strong, you know?
Hey, you're doing so many amazing things. What's one bat?
Right?
That's pretty scary. That's pretty
gnarly. Isn't that gross?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a just a swoop by. Like it was hanging out for like an hour, just dive bombing us. And the thing that was just messed up about it, I was trying to get to the elevators to get up to our room, but it was like blocking me from getting to the elevator. So I was just interacting with this thing. I was jumping behind slot machines. It was a whole thing. And no one else seemed really bothered by this. So I'm like, do you not realize, like, if that thing's like rabid, like, we're gonna have a problem. Like, you're gonna have a lockjaw if the thing bites you.
That's like, didn't that happen in the movie Outbreak or one of those Outbreaks movies?
That was a monkey, but yes.
Oh, that was a monkey. Oh, okay. I mean, bats. Oh God, that's terrifying.
Oh, they tried to blame COVID. I'm not gonna take the COVID train. But all I'm saying is they tried to blame it on a bat.
What if it was that bat?
I mean, it could have been.
All this time that bat was in Vegas.
Yeah, I did have a weird sore throat for like 3 days after. I was blaming it on the cigarette smoke. Because by the way, you can still smoke everywhere in Vegas, and especially there.
Like inside?
People were like eating steak and smoking a cigarette. It was so gross.
Okay.
It's like pick a hobby. Like, do you want to eat red meat or do you want to smoke a cigarette? Why both at the same time? I don't understand that.
Oh, but that
What
sounds
is this, 1986? It's gross.
That sounds pretty damn good. I mean, I'm not a cigarette smoker, but if you put a steak in front of me and there's a bat nearby, I'm like, I'll smoke a cigarette. You'll have to light it
the mood.
Yeah,
it just sets the mood.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was quite the adventure, I have to say. Yes. I know what I was going to ask you. Speaking of things that aren't what you expect, can you think of something that you ever bought online that was not what it was supposed to be, like not as advertised? Because I feel like that happens a lot, especially when we use these like quick merchandise websites, like there's Shein and there's Wish and Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you ever bought something where you're like, what the hell is this? This is not a couch.
Yeah, I bought dog steps because like steps for my dog to get up on my bed because I was like, yeah, like damn it, dog.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, I didn't say damn it, dog. I said it in my head, but I was like, gosh darn it, dog. And I bought these dog steps, and it was just like 2 slabs of fake wood and a bunch of 3 slabs and a bunch of nails. And I'm like,
they're trying to kill your dog.
Yeah, like what exactly? Like, you want me to put them in and just like lift the dog with these nails? And
what?
And I hate returning things, so I left it in my closet.
Was it from IKEA, like a build your own dog stairs kind of thing?
I mean, this was before like TikTok, you can buy like stuff on TikTok and Instagram, but I think it was like some random, maybe a Facebook ad or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so I still have those like pieces of fake plastic wood, and still my dog, I have to pick him up and put him on the bed.
Oh.
That 5-pounder.
Should have gone for the ramp.
Oh, I didn't. That's a good idea.
It's a thing. It's a
Okay.
thing. Yeah, and I swear they track like what you look at on your phone or what you talk about, because they know I have dogs, because I get a lot of dog like product ads. But what they don't know is that I have Great Danes, and so
That's right.
it's they're like horses. So like they'll send me these little things like, here's a little car seat for your dog. I'm like, bitch, my dog can drive the car. Like,
Whoa.
the car seat's not gonna work. I can sit in the booster seat. The dog's driving.
Oh my, yeah, I need a pair of extra large leggings for my dog's one leg, please.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So they send me all these things. I'm like, this is not gonna
man.
work for that size dog. Well, I think Wish is actually the worst website I've used. Like, sometimes I'll buy stuff on Instagram and it's not bad. I'm like, I need these sunglasses to match these leggings and all these other like products I don't need, right? But Wish is the worst because like I once tried to buy lingerie on there. It's like this little black like onesie thing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be hot, right? And it arrives. And talk about giving me a complex. This thing was so small. And I don't mean like, an extra small for a woman. Like, it was small for my rabbit. Like, it would fit a bunny.
Damn.
Like, I'm talking, like, it was like doll clothes. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how tiny are these people in China that they're making? But it was literally the size of like a sock. Like, it was that. Yeah, and I'm like, where is this going? Like, is it a headband? Like, this is not gonna work for me. So just a lot of false advertising, and I swear I've seen some things that people have gotten in the mail from Wish or sometimes Shein, but I think Wish is the worst. Or they'll try to buy furniture, and then doll furniture shows up.
And a what?
Like doll furniture.
Oh,
shows
really?
Up. Like, so they'll think they're buying a couch for like $1,200, and then they get a tiny little doll couch, and there's like, no return, sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
I mean, you can use that for your pet bat.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot to take the bat home, but now that I know it's an option. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the Strat and see if he's still there.
He's probably still there.
He's got a gambling addiction.
Oh yeah, he was probably waiting to borrow money from someone.
Yeah. It was just not what you expect to see there. And usually if you're gonna have something shady happen, it's like on Fremont Street. So I was just surprised that this happened. Like, it was next to the steakhouse of all places. So that was their luxury dining experience.
Ooh man, I wonder, they should put that on the website. Like, hey, come for the food, leave with a bat.
That was in I think Anchorman 2. Well,
oh really?
Yes, the guy opened up. It was supposed to be a chicken restaurant, but he was using bat, and he's like, "Is this bat?" Like the wing, they had wings
really?
that stretched out, and he's like, they call him chicken of the cave. So gross. Yeah. So things that you don't expect to see in your lifetime, let alone in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. Let's see. What? Okay, here's another fun travel question. What do you do if you're stuck on a flight next to someone that's like really gross or really rude? Like, do you have like a system? Like, what do you do?
Well, I am terrified of flying, so fortunately I don't even have to be around that kind of crap. Though I do want to start flying again soon. Be like like experience the world. What was the question?
Oh, like,
what
have you ever been on a flight where you're next to someone that's just like super rude or kind of gross? Like, you can't choose who you're sitting next to. It's like a public, it's like a bus in the sky. You're like, well, it's like a crapshoot, You're watching them come down the aisle, and you're like, not this row, not this row.
Yeah, not that guy. He reminds me of my ex. Not that guy. I haven't, if I was around, I don't remember any specific examples, but if I was sitting next to someone who was rude to me, I would start crying.
You're crying. You make
big
a scene?
No, not like a scene, I don't know how to, like crying to myself, like, I'm such that doormat, that's why I need that doormat book. I'd be like, or if I'm not on the right medication, I might be like, yo, what, shit, what? And then not know where to go from there.
And then they're afraid to talk to you the whole flight. They're like, you can have my pretzels.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. Just let them know you're a little off, like, right before you take off, and you're like, this is gonna be a long flight.
I mean, do I
you
even
can be
really
that
need
weird
to let
person.
them know?
Yeah, like you should be the weird person. Like, and just like, you know, just establish that ground rule. Like, hey, I can top whatever you're gonna bring to the table right now, so you better just leave me alone.
That is a really great idea.
It's like prison rules.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, so then I guess that means I'll have to outgross a gross person if I'm sitting next to them, which, let's face it, is really easy to do.
Yeah. You know, just lean on that armrest, and I liked the window seat, so I can just kind of shove myself in there. But inevitably, I'm just gonna rub my butt on a stranger. It's just gonna happen.
Now, is that something you enjoy doing, or that they enjoy?
I mean, it's, you know, it depends on the person, but either way, it's happening. So, you know, it's just my way of. It's like, well, you get the armrest, but a little something extra.
See, I wish I could do that. The only thing that rubs up against people on my body is my bony butt. My bones. Like, what's that pointy thing?
So
that's just Dana's butt.
That needs to go in the window then. You gotta stick that in the window, you know, and then just kind of lean in and like just look at them.
Yeah.
The whole flight, like, what you doing?
And that way they'll know, like, this, you can't mess with this lady. She is weird.
Yeah. You can have my drink coupon.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, give me all of those.
Speaking of travel, and this is not on the topic at all, but I do have a sponsor I want to mention tonight before I forget. So actually, Sandra Saldana is another comedian we perform with. She's very cool. And she works with a nonprofit, and it's actually called Sponsor Orphans in TJ. And I didn't want to forget to mention this because I think it's actually really cool. They go down to TJ, Tijuana, every couple of months. And what they do is they bring backpacks to the orphans. And the backpacks have clothes in there and toiletries and a toy, and they throw them a little party, and it's really nice. And
I thought
that's
awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really sweet. So they're doing a drive for this for November and December. So their Instagram is literally called Sponsor Orphans in TJ, and you can reach out to them about dropping off a backpack, and then what they do is they get them all together and they'll bring them down to a different orphanage every 3 months or so. Wow. I thought that was really nice. I didn't want to forget to mention it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not really a good like travel topic, but I'm like, there's no way to like plug this into a conversation naturally. So I'm just going to mention this so that I don't forget, because I think it's important.
Yeah, and people travel with backpacks, so I think that was a great transition.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's really cool. Sandra, she's producing a show at a women's expo.
I'm in that one.
March. Yeah, me too.
Yay!
Yeah,
That'll be cool. Very nice. And I didn't want to forget, we're going to talk about current events. And by current events, I want to talk about what the hell's going on with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What the heck is going on with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith? Welcome to the Smith's Diary.
Those poor kids. I feel so bad. Like, you know, parents are always kind of embarrassing. But I feel like this is next level.
Yeah.
The worst thing my dad ever did was wear bell bottoms to Costco, and he's like, "Do you want to go with me?" I was like, "Yeah, you go. I'll wait. Just let me know how it is." He had like a gold chain and a turtleneck, and like was strutting down. This is like, mind you, this bell bottoms. He wore them in like 1994. So
Ooh.
yeah, I was in like junior high or elementary school. And I was like, "Oh no, that's all you, pops. You go. Let me know how it is."
Yeah, bell bottoms and Costco in '94. Yeah, that's an interesting.
Which can you imagine if your parents had like all of this stuff going on, like at the award shows, or apparently she had a thing with Tupac. Well, according to her, she had a thing with Tupac, which I find, I can't laugh. It's when people make up bullshit and it's just so out of left field. At a certain point, you just have to laugh because it's like, come on. Like I think she said something to the effect of, she told somebody in an interview that she yelled out at the time that Tupac was shot. She yelled out, "No, take Will Smith instead." I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yes. That's her story.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't say that about Will Smith, because I watched all episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I love Will Smith.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I think she's a little weird.
I feel bad for all of them, and I think they're all weird. The kids included. But you know what? It might be a good brand of weird. I think, you know, if
those kids are survivors, I'll tell you that much. Like I can't wait to see what they end up doing with their lives, because like after having a weird childhood, I feel like you're just inevitably gonna have your own show, and here I am. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would love to watch. I would watch all their kids' shows. I'm kind of, you know, over. I love, you know, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith. I think I love her for the drama. I don't really know much about her, but it's entertaining as hell. And if I had a slight interaction with a celebrity at one point in my life, I I would milk that too. So trying to see both sides of the story, but
yeah, I get it.
yeah,
I get
it is a little weird.
Well, yeah, and you know, when people are caught in an outrageous lie, they'll sometimes just double down. And her, did you hear how she doubled down? On
No.
this? She's like, Tupac had alopecia too.
Oh, what? So that is that proven? Like, did he or did he not?
I don't think so. I think we would have noticed.
Oh well, Hansen has
Hansen.
obsessive compulsive disorder and scoliosis too, is what I like to say.
Yeah, because Hansen and Tupac had so much in common. You know, I feel like that'd be a good mashup. Maybe they could do that here at the station, and we can, you know what I mean?
I mean, listen,
we could bop and California Love. What do you think?
You know, some people can make magic happen, and I believe that everyone here can.
Yeah,
you know?
Power 98.9. It's where you get the old hits and the new hits, and sometimes we mash them together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Well, I'm looking forward to your show this weekend. So you're going to be just like acting like a mime, really, but you can talk.
No.
Girl, that's not at all what I said.
It's kind.
That's what I got out of that.
I need to work on explaining improv more.
I think
it's kind of like that.
I think it's a me thing. I think you explained it pretty well. I think that's just where my brain went.
I'm gonna be a mime this weekend. You know, maybe I'll. No, I'm playing.
You do wear
playing with
stripes a lot.
Oh, I only wear stripes.
I mean,
I have 10 striped shirts, and it's not even. It wasn't intentional at first. I was just like, oh, I got 7 striped shirts. Let's make that an even number. Yeah, but I'm gonna branch out to like flowers.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
Yeah. Did you wear stripes to the luau, by the way? I had a luau little shindig over the weekend.
I have worn stripes to every single show I've been on, probably the past year and a half.
I think you were actually, because I think I remember bringing Lay's over to you. I'm like, we need to jazz this up. I'm like, here you go.
Oh yeah.
I threw flowers at you. I'm like, here, let's make it tropical.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been great having you on. And just so everyone can follow you, your Instagram is Dana Whissen. So it's your name. So it's DANAWHISSEN.
Yep.
And that's where you can see all of her shows and her skits and how funny she is and all of her stripes.
Oh yeah, thank you. I even posted a picture of me in 7th grade recently, and I was wearing stripes.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Alright, so sorry again. Yep, we're good to go.
That was awesome.
You guys were awesome.
That was my best.
I was really checking all the way through before we started. I made sure I kind of let everybody know who you were, introduced it. I did see you share your stuff to Instagram, so I reshared everything.
Thank you.
You guys were awesome.
Thank you.
So much.
Hopefully,
so fun.
Awesome.
People laughed and they didn't think we were too weird.
I think that it was a good amount of weird.
I let you know where not to go on vacation, that's for sure.
Oh my god. Shrooms and edibles. That is a good combo.
And bats. Can you believe that? They had bats flying around the hotel? Like, that's gnarly.
Listen, so a lot of it was funny. The shrooms was funny to me. First and foremost.
Well, that was the time to try
bats
it.
tripped me out because
Yes.
in Michigan, you know, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and we would go in the Upper Peninsula a lot, and I've never heard of bats being around.
I never seen one in my life.
Or any of the sort, and I'm telling you, we were in the woods, and they've got plenty of, and I'm talking about the Upper Peninsula, I'm not talking about the Mitten, I'm talking about that whole little piece above, and we most definitely, like, they swear to this day, I'm like, it was a bat, you seen it clear as day in the sky through the moonlight, like, and it was
bears
big, but
and
it
birds
was
at night.
big. It wasn't what, like, it was
Oh, yeah?
big.
It's like a flying dog. I'm gonna take a picture with you real quick before we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got the pictures on.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture.
Yes, please. Really get pictures.
I'll do a selfie in front of the banner, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll get out of your hair.
That was seriously so fun.
Yay!